Good day, my little robins. It's me, Beth. Another month is come and gone, which means today you guys are getting my September wrap-up video. This is just my monthly, favourites video that a lot of YouTubers do here on the YouTube, where I show you and tell you some of the things I love the month of September. I can honestly not believe how fast 2021 is going. The fact that we're already entering October kind of blows my mind. Before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into this September wrap-up. Kicking off the music section of this September wrap-up, the month of September was when I attempted to do nothing but live music video reactions. Well, minus the Amity Affliction, but that really can't be helped, especially when one of my favourite bands drop a single. Pretty much all the videos that I reacted to the month of September were highly requested by you guys. So if you want to see me react to anything in the future, the comments is the place to go. Because the more times I see the same songs and videos popping up, I'm more likely to push them higher up in my list. As mentioned, one video this month was a music video and it wasn't a live reaction, and I'm talking about the Amity Affliction and their brand new single, Like Love. This was a hauntingly beautiful but also heavy song that was in tribute to Sean Kennedy, a musician and friend of the band who tragically lost his life this year. Oh my god, for me the Amity Affliction hands down has the best dueling double vocalists of really any band around, and I'm going to tell you why. When you hear Joel's growls, especially on this single, you can hear the raw emotion and anger about this grief, but then in contrast, you hear the raw emotion but also slight numbness in Aaron's clean vocals, and oh, it's such a great contrast when you put the two next to each other, because this song really does symbolise grief and how different people deal with it. Are you going to be angry? Are you going to be numb? But we've all got to find a way to move on. Love or hate them, the Amity Affliction sure know how to make an impact. The only other non-Japanese video this month came from Korean group Rolling Quartz and their live version of their debut song Blaze, which I also reacted to the music video for here on the channel. Oh my god, these ladies, I really want these guys to break out of Korea because they have so much talent and potential, and I think more people really need to get into this band, show them the love, so that they have fans, outside of Korea. If you want talent, you want good production, you want amazing vocals, and you just want all around happy good feels, then check out Rolling Quartz. Unlike last month where you guys introduced me to a lot of new Japanese bands, the month of September saw really me reacting to no new Japanese bands. Really, it was just me going through the many mountains of comments and pretty much just picking the most highly requested songs. And well, we kicked off with Unlucky Morpheus, Change of Generation. Unlucky Morpheus for me is a band that when I first heard them I have been hooked. Fuki's vocals are second to none, and Jill on violin, oh my god, she just slays so hard. But that's not to take anything away from the drums and the guitars, because they slap equally as hard. These guys put on a show, they're all pros, they know what they're doing, and this is just a joy to watch. Up next was Love Bites with the live version of Above the Black Sea, and I had to hold my hands up because this was the first Love Bite song that I just didn't like. It kind of bored me. The only saving grace for this song were the instruments, and that's saying a lot because Love Bites normally slaps so hard. I'm going to throw it out there because I did have some guys go, "Oh, how dare you," on that video, and like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. All of the opinions you hear on the channel are mine and mine alone, but I'm going to say this because it's happened before other bands that I've reacted to here in the West. You don't have to like every single song by a band to be considered a fan. There are some songs people just don't connect with. Versailles Masquerade has been a highly requested song for way over a year now, alongside the other band song Faith and Decision, but I chose Masquerade because at the end of the day it had more comments. So like I've already said, if you want to push a song, just like heavily requested in the comments, and I'm more likely to pay attention. I also discovered through the comments that this band isn't exactly like broken up. Maybe it's on a bit of a hiatus, because I just assumed that because there hasn't been any like new music from them in years, and like you've got members that have gone to do like other projects and like other bands that I've reacted to here on the channel, but turns out they actually were working on like a new song or material that was due to come out last year, but due to COVID that never happened. So there is something new in the pipeline for Versailles, and I am super excited to like hear like what these guys do, because for me this is a band that just has all the elements of like perfection rolled into one. But also Masquerade, beautiful song, beautiful staging, and like very like pretty much this band like ooze like sexual, hypnotic, melodic power metal. The next band that I reacted to was Jupiter, who is an offset of Versailles because like a couple of the members are in this band as well as being in Versailles. And I picked the song Bring Me Out because, well, like I've already said, this song was requested by you guys. And now I know this isn't like the original like vocalist, and he's not everyone's cup of tea, but like being like a massive like power metal nerd I am, for me, these vocals are on par with some of the titans in the power metal scene, and they're like more like rough and like deep and low. And when I hear them, I just go, yes, this is power metal. If you guys do want to see me like check out this band with like the original vocalist, then feel free, you know, to go to the comments, because like I keep saying, the comments is the place to go. But yeah, Jupiter, I love this band, and I kind of hope that if Versailles are doing stuff, like they've got stuff in the pipeline, that doesn't mean the end for Jupiter, because I feel like this band like is going from strength to strength each time I listen to them. Love Bites came back kicking and screaming towards the end of the month with the video Set the World on Fire, and holy hell did they redeem themselves. Like, you had strong staging, like great lyrics, amazing like instruments and solos, and breathtaking like vocals. These ladies definitely need to like dominate the scene like more than they already are. I feel like they are getting like a lot of attention like recently, but they just need to like be pushed over the edge to get like worldwide recognition. Like, can you guys just answer me in the comments why Japan has so much talent? Because Love Bites, they are going to be a staple band one day. And the final band that I reacted to live at the end of the month was Audios with the song Bind. And now this marks the fact that I have now reacted to all three vocalists of Audios. Yes, I know we're going to have like a new fourth vocalist like probably very soon, but I have now reacted to like Rami, Reno and Rin, and I am not going to pick who's better. I'm not going to join that debate, because quite frankly all three of these vocalists bring something very different to the band, and like each member kind of to me like has a hold on like probably like a certain era of the band, and it's so good to see like a change and a growth, especially in a band that's been around as long. Rami for me has more of like a deeper like rock influenced voice, which kind of is on par with like what Rin was doing, which is why I really think I liked some of like the songs that Rin did with the band. But that's not to discount like Reno, who has like this melodic like synth voice that is like angelic and demonic at the same time. Yeah, I'm not going to say who's better, but it's safe to say and it's clear to see why Audios have like stuck around as long as they have, and why they have been such a big influence on other bands like in the scene. Like, and also with this like song with Bind, I just loved watching like the band's interactions with one another and how the smiles never left their faces. Onto TV, and well, onto Discovery Plus, which is a streaming service which isn't exactly on TV, but I'm still putting it in the TV section because technically it was a show, even though if it was only a one-off documentary. I digress. On Discovery Plus, I watched The Chilling The Curse of Lizzie Borden, and holy hell, I'm gonna like hold my hands up now and say there were genuinely moments in this like show that had me like really scared, and like at some points, especially spoiler, when they had like the demon on screen, I kind of had to look away at points, because when it was looking through the window at her, I was like, nah, no. Pretty much The Lizzie Borden story is one that a lot of people know, and over the years a lot of paranormal teams have investigated it, but with this documentary it focused on the element of a curse being put on the family, which really brought up some interesting questions and equally eerily evidence. I watched this at 3 AM in a house, on my own. Note to self, don't do that again in the future because every little creak had me on edge. To lighten the mood, also on Discovery Plus, I checked out Secrets, Lies and Private Eyes. I just loved that title, and when I saw it I knew I just had to click on it. It follows different groups of private investigators as they solve cases. Now the whole world of like PIs is like very mysterious, so to watch like the veil be lifted was really interesting, and really what I took away from this show is that it's made me a lot more vigilant about like looking around me to see if anyone is following me on foot or in a car, because I don't think I've done anything wrong, but anyone can hire a PI and that's terrifying. I am a sucker for like anything like true crime. I don't know why I'm obsessed with true crime, like shows, documentaries, films, but I eat that up for breakfast. And on Discovery Plus I binged, yes I binged, Faking It, which is where they take like 3 specialists who like analyze like notorious like crimes and like criminals, and pretty much it shows you how the bad guys normally get caught in their own lies and end up pretty much going to jail because they're bad people. It is really interesting because most of the cases I kind of knew about from like the past, like other like true crime shows that I have watched, but then there were also cases that I had never heard of, and I was like, okay, I am invested. I am going to sit and watch a whole series of all these new cases that I have never heard of, sticking to true crime, but moving over to Amazon Prime. I checked out Crimes That Shook Britain, and despite being British, it's safe to say I did not realise just how like many like notorious crimes have taken place over the years. A lot of crimes took place like either before I was born or in my early years where I was like naive and innocent and childlike. Oh my god. I love shows like this, especially like I said I'm British, so watching shows that are set in England always makes my day. I believe there's also Crimes That Shook like Australia, which I'm interested in, like Crimes That Shook Europe, so I know what I'm going to be watching. Like I said, I'm a sucker for true crime. Don't look too into that. The final 2 shows I want to talk about end this section on like a really light and like bubbly and fun note. The first show is Strictly Come Dancing is back. This is one of like my favourite like competition shows. It sees like celebrities partnered with pro dancers and they compete to win like a big shiny glitter ball. There hasn't been that many episodes yet, so like I can't pick a favourite because there's no one that's like been like set out from the pack. But if you want like glitz, glamour, music, laughter, fake tan, drama on a Saturday night, then check out Strictly. The final show is RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3, and oh my god, I cannot believe we are already on Season 3. I know COVID messed up Season 2, but it just seems like Season 2 didn't long end and now we're already getting Season 3. Season 3 means new queens, new drama, new confessionals, and like Strictly, it is too soon for me to pick a favourite because there hasn't been many episodes. But if I'm being like a little bit biased, I really want Veronica Green to go like further than she did in Season 2 because she had to leave because she got COVID during when they took the break. She's a queen. Maybe she's my favourite. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna say this now. I picked my favourite. It's Veronica Green and I think she deserves the crown. There you go. Picked my favourite. See? This section shows that I can watch spooky, gory, and fabulous shows. I'm not a one-trick pony. I nearly stumbled over my words. Onto a brand new section, which is comedy, because I actually went home to watch Russell Kane in like my local civic hall with less than 400 people. Yes, you heard that correctly. There is like a drama like management group who managed to get like these top name comedians to come to like these really like low key like rural locations like across England, And it's really weird to see like these comedians that I have watched for like years on TV who have sold out arenas come to like a small like little town hall and perform for not that many people. It still sells out, but you know, it's not arena size. And Russell Kane for me has always been one of my favourite comedians. I love his like flamboyant, like over the top energy. He had the crowd like eating out of the palm of his hands. We all adored him by the end of the night. Ah, yes. You go, Russell Kane. And I kind of want to make a point that kind of like with when I go to see my gigs, I say I always prefer like the smaller, like intimate venues because you feel like there's a more of a personal connection between you and the band. And I want to say it's the same with some of the comedians that I have seen at like my local town hall back home, is that the audience interaction is a lot more personal because there's less of a barrier between the comedian and like the audience. Yes, 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 it was a great Friday night. In the world of film, I, along with many others, finally got to watch, after many delays, the final Daniel Craig James Bond film called No Time to Die. It has been a long time coming, and it only helped to build up the anticipation when they actually like said that it was going to come out finally September 30th, 2021. I'm not going to spoil anything because I know there'll be people watching this who haven't seen the film yet, but all I will say is, oh my god, definitely worth like the hype and anticipation. I want to give a shout out to Daniel Craig in particular because he's been the Bond of my generation. Like, yes, I watched a couple of the Pierce Brosnan films, but I didn't get invested in Bond until Craig came along. And that's what I like about Bond, is there have been so many actors over the years that everyone has a Bond for their generation. And for me, Daniel Craig was that, and the intensity that he brought to some of the scenes, I was like, you still got it. Why are you leaving this franchise? And then I was like, I know why you're leaving this franchise. You want to do other things. And I also want to give a shout out to like Rami Malek. Oh, his acting, like his character, like the story arc his character had, I was like, is this the same guy, you know, who played like Freddie Mercury, was in like I, Robot, and was even in Twilight? He is such an amazing actor, and pretty much the whole cast in general shined. And what I want to say like about the plot of the film, again without spoiling anything, is that it was kind of really bittersweet watching it, knowing that it's kind of like the end of this era of Bond, but it still packed a punch that I would expect from a James Bond film. The final section in my September wrap-up is video games, and well, if I'm being frank with you guys, I only picked up one new game this month, and it's not exactly new because it did release in 2020, but I only picked it up in 2021, and it is Spiritfarer on the Nintendo Switch. This is like an indie like management game that's really cute, and you just, you get lost in the story. You play a ferry master whose job it is to like carry, well not carry, but like sail the deceased like across the sea to the afterlife. But like, here's the thing that I underestimated going into this game just how much there was to do, because I was like, okay, cool, we're going to be ferrying cute characters to the afterlife. Oh no, there was a lot more to this game than like the cover or even like the small blurb on the back gave away, because you have to like fish, harvest, cook, and craft your way. Yeah. It's definitely a management game with a lot of different elements that underlie it, but that just makes it more like interesting and definitely like intriguing to play, because I know I'm going to put so many hours into this game to complete it, because every time I find something new, I sit back and go, I was not expecting that. So yeah, Spiritfarer, definitely worth the money. I picked this up by chance. I was in my local game, and I was scrolling through like the Nintendo like Switch section, and this game, I liked the cover. Oh my god, this art style is... What is with indie games on like the Switch, or just indie games in general, and they have like amazing like design and artwork. It's a great all-around game. Games like this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but Spiritfarer was my cup of tea. So, there we have it, guys and girls of the internet. That was just my September wrap-up. I hope you guys learnt some things about me and like my taste in like music, film, TV, video games, comedy. That's what these wrap-ups slash favourite videos are for. In the comments below, I'd love to know some of the things that you guys loved the month of September, or even what you're looking forward to, in October, November, December, because this year is coming to an end very quickly. We'll blink our eyes and we'll be in 2022 and it'll be like, what the hell happened? Yeah, let's just wrap up this video before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I am Beth. Goodbye.